Hello everybody, I'm Big B, and welcome to Q&A 3. After yesterday, when I announced my new, books coming up, a lot of people have been asking me many questions. So I'm going to put sign on my door so that I'm recording, and then we'll get to it, okay? I'm doing this on my phone. It's the only way I can. I'm going to switch you guys over here, see if I can get you balanced. And then we'll get started. I have the questions with me, okay? That's good. Let me turn this down, put this out of my door, and then we'll get started. Well, guys, today is Christmas Eve, and I have a lot of free time on my hands, so until 5 o'clock. So first off, let's start with the first question. Okay, asked about my new story, The White Knight 2: Night in Shadows. It asked if I have finished it, and do we expect to see any new characters. I have finished it. I actually finished it, not, but maybe 30 minutes ago. It doesn't really bring in some new characters, but it does bring back an old character, so that's good. It does show, Ryan's daughter, Minerva, in it. She's in there a few times, and it mentions some people from the crossover from, Bloodfest. It mentions some of them, and, Dr. Vaughn's from Blood and Magic is in it, and, no new characters. Well, there are these, god statues, but they hardly have anything in there. I don't even know why I put them in there. But they're in there. So, but it's a very good story. I think it's a little shorter than the first one, but it has a very good story, a very good ending, and I love the way it ended. It doesn't have the Gold Knight or the Bronze Knight. Well, the Gold Knight wears the Silver Knight armor, but the armor for the Bronze or Gold is not in it. It's mainly just the White Knight. Greg is wearing the Silver Knight armor, and then there's the Black Knight, which is the Night in Shadows. So, to answer your question, yes, I have finished it. There's not really new characters in there, but there are characters that came back. This one is about a new book that I thought about doing last night. It just came to me. I'm like, okay, maybe, yeah. It's a Uni-Wars spinoff. I've gotten so many things about Uni-Wars. People loved it, so I decided to make maybe a spinoff. It's called Blood Brothers. It's basically about Ben, the character, goes into a coma, and a lot of other people from the war go into a coma too, and they're trapped in this place that they call they're trapped in Ben's mind, and Ben's also trapped in there too. But they can't do anything about it. It only looks like Ben can do something about it. And then he meets somebody that is dead, but he still has the memory of him in his mind, so he's alive in his mind, but he's dead in real life. He runs into Brandon. So him and Brandon finally have to team up to take down the person who has taken over Ben's mind, the son of Skulltorn Abyssor, Skeltrix. He has taken over Ben's mind. He has put all these people into a coma, and he wants to build his own army, and he needs Ben and Brandon in his army so he can bring everybody back and have like the best people in the war to be on his side, so definite victory. But see, Ben and Brandon are the only ones who are not overpowered by his control. So they have to team up together to take down Skeltrix. And but Brandon's dead. This is just the memory of him trying to pass on, and the only way he can truly pass on Brandon so he can be gone completely is if he breaks free of this control Skeltrix. That's basically what it is. That's basically what the story is about. And yeah, and I couldn't really pick up a name that kind of combined Abysser and Skulltron, so I just put Skeltrix. So yeah, he's the son of Skulltron and Abysser. I never thought I would actually have a story where they had a kid. I think I said in one of the earlier Q&As they will not have a child, or something like that, but that's basically, I made that. So 46 will not be returning in it. 48 and 46 are dead, so they will not be returning. Destiny is not going to be in it, I don't think. She might be in the beginning of it, but that's probably it. None of the characters in the story will actually be in it besides Brandon and Ben. There's probably only 2 characters that you'll see or hear much about in there in Blood Brothers. Next question. It said, oh yeah. See, I'm writing a second trilogy, like I have said in the past, to Bloodfest. I'm writing number 4, 5, and 6, and this guy asks, you put on Facebook a line that's going to be in the story where Sean is talking to Ben, telling him that somebody set them up from inside the Red Cross. I think I know who it is, and if you can say the name, if it's not, then tell us yes or no. And he says that he thinks the person that is behind everything is Alex. Alex was in number 3, I think it was. He says, yeah, he didn't say Alex. He said the two guys that were going to kill Ben and Sean in the third one because Sean's a vampire and Ben's a werewolf. I can tell you that is incorrect, but good guess. You'll never guess who there is somebody inside the Red Cross that did frame them and has been sending them on all these journeys, and yeah, so, I mean, you'll find out who it is in the third one. And I really do like the third one. Like, okay, I want to tell you guys a little bit about the third one if you haven't heard about it. I want to tell you about the new trilogy. In the fourth one is basically, Ben is now training everybody, right? So, everything's good. But then Sean calls him, says something's wrong, and he said that the Hell Gate has opened, and now Hell is going across the earth. This is spreading slowly, but it will get faster. And so he goes up to Grandmaster and says, 3 people won't be enough. So Grandmaster gives him some more people. Only 6 more people. Now 9 people won't be enough, but the people that he gives him, they couldn't refuse. So yeah, some new people come back, and that's basically what that is. The mayor has a demon entity inside of him, and he opened up the gates of hell. And there's another problem in there that Sean and Kat are focusing on solving, but I'll get to that once we get to the story. The 5th one is called the Zodiac. The Zodiac is a league of people who have the sign of a zodiac symbol. And the sign of the zodiac symbol is their name, and it also gives them a special ability. As, for example, you all know that I have an Aries tattoo on my back. The person that has the Aries tattoo in this one, named Aries, he's actually going to be the leader of the Zodiac, has super strength. That's going to be his special ability. Why they're going after the Slayers is because the people... Okay, 2 of the people that the Grandmaster gave them in the 4th one was two people that died in the previous Bloodfest books, and they decided to stay alive. Now, the Zodiac mainly have a mission to hunt down people who have cheated death, escaped death, and hide from death. They think death is a natural thing, and if you delay it, it's just, you're not supposed to, so they fulfill their fate for them. And now they're going after this because this is something new. These people died, but they were supposed to return to death, but they basically outsmarted death, is what they did. They outsmarted death, and they think that that's an abomination. So they're trying to hunt down the two characters that decided to stay. But Sean, Kat, and Ben are trying to protect them. And the Zodiac will do anything to get to the characters. By any means necessary, doesn't matter what happens. So that's what the fifth one's going to be about. And the sixth one is really cool. Okay, the Slayers have been battling. You have seen them battle vampires, werewolves, gargoyles, hybrid. You'll see them battle basically hell. And in the fourth one, and then you'll see them battle the Zodiacs. And this one, the sixth one, they will battle something that is more dangerous than anything they've ever battled. More deadly, more intelligent. And they don't know if they can defeat it. What they have to do is defeat themselves. DNA was taken from the Slayers, and they created a clone of each Slayer, but with a little bit of unstable fury in them. They're the Dark Slayers, and they have to defeat the Dark Slayers themselves, who know all their moves, all their tricks. They're smart as them, they're as deadly as them, so you can see how that's going to be hard. And then they find out who the person that framed them is, and they'll deal with that on the way. But that's basically the new stories that's going to be coming up. Actually, touch of Toxic Touch is going to be coming out after that, but I'll get into that more as it comes. Next question. This person asks, you will not be working on these next stories on your own. That is true. My next stories, I'm a person that doesn't like to get all the credit, and none of my people get the credit, so my books from now on are going to be labeled for me and my apprentice. Me and Liz Albright will be on. It started on the White Knight 2. You'll see, usually it says by Ben Harper. Some of my books don't say that, but some of them do. More of my ones in the beginning. From now on, they will say by Ben Harper and Liz Albright. Liz has been a great fan, a great apprentice. She has been a great person. You know, she's wanting these. She's determined to get these. And now, I want to give her some of the credit. She's becoming a writer herself. She's my apprentice, so yeah. That's it. And next question. Oh, I guess right. This person asked, you said you were going to write a story based around a holiday. That is true. I did write a story based around a holiday. It was called Heartless, but I basically didn't sell it. Don't have it in my collection because it basically was the idea of another person. So I wrote it for them and gave them to them because it was their idea. But yeah, I never really thought about that. Um, maybe I'll do that after Toxic Touch. I can, like, gather up the most suggested holiday and write one about that. So yeah, this is good. Next question. Mm, this is a good one. It says, in the earlier list during the beginning of your writing career, you wrote down one that was going to be written between Black Eyes and Black Eyes 2, which was called Woodshed. Why did you wait to do that later, or did you do it and never complete and decided not to complete it? Okay, yes, there was a story I was gonna write, or I started to write, called Woodshed. It was one of the first stories I've ever written. Actually, it was written after I wrote The Scar. I wrote Woodshed, and it was a good story. It had a good storyline. It was kind of like Black Eyes, but less people, more of a twist into it, and it was good. What it was is see, when I first started writing, I wrote a rough draft on notebook paper, and then I would type it down. I wrote Woodshed on notebook paper so I could type it down. But once I started to type it, I saw that it kind of jumped too much into conclusion. Like, there's just a big hole in there that just left so many things, not there. And I tried to, fill it in, but it just didn't work. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Just forget it altogether and just, maybe I'll do it another time where I can figure some more stuff out. So yeah, Woodshed is on hold for a good bit of time. Somebody keeps on texting me. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, this one's not really a question, but it is something cool to announce. My trilogy of Bloodfest. See, in my state, my stories aren't that kind of big, but they are big in other states. And in my number one most percentage, people read in states, they said that Bloodfest was the number one top sold young writer horror story sold. The number one top horror story by a young writer sold in the month of December. So that I feel really great about that. I'm really happy, and that's what inspired me to mainly do a second trilogy. I may go into a third trilogy after it. I don't know. I doubt it, but I'm really happy about that. And I don't know which state that was, or if just one person bought so many copies and he wants to sell them. I mean, I don't care. I'm still getting some money from it, but that's really good to me. I'm really proud of myself for that. Because I worked really hard on Bloodfest. This one is a question, but it's not really a question about my story. He's asking me that, she says, "Hey, Mr. Massacre," that's my name for my writer. She says, it said, "Hey, Mr. Massacre, I'm a big fan. I've written both Black Eyes and all your Bloodfests and really, really enjoy them. I was wondering when your birthday is next year and how much you'll be turning so I'll be able to send you a birthday card." I really do appreciate it. My birthday is in April 8th. It's on April 8th, and I'll be turning 20 years old. Um, it's a big birthday for me, and I'll just email me. First, my phone number should be on my fan page on Facebook. Just text me your email address on there, and I'll give you my address, you know, all the stuff that you need. Send me a birthday card. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I'll send you maybe I'll send you the crossover of Blood and Magic signed. I'll send you White Knight. I'll send you some books signed, so you'll have some more books. Next question. Okay, he asked, is there any character, wait a minute, I read it? He says, I imagine you, characterize the main character around yourself, so you'll have a visual of what he looks like. Is there any other characters that you have created in your mind before that you will not be using, and what's the reason why? That is, actually, I have created some characters that I characterize myself around, and the reason why I won't use them or write a story with them in it is basically because they're characters that I kind of added in to movies or books or something. Like I'm watching Harry Potter right now, and I added a character into Harry Potter. His name was Zane Raxus. What he was is he was abandoned as a child, and when he was a child, his family was killed mysteriously. He doesn't know how, and he was found by Dumbledore. And Dumbledore took him in, raised him, took him to Hogwarts and everything. And he said, and he's a year ahead of Harry and Ron and Hermione. So he said that I want you to look after this boy. I already have somebody looking after him undercover, but I want you to look after him when he cannot. And so he does that. And later on, like in the 4th movie, Raxus finds out that his whole family, was a family of Death Eaters. And he was too. The mark showed up on his arm, because, I already have the mark. And, but what he did is he refused to serve the Dark Lord. So he served as a Death Eater in the Order of the Phoenix. I don't know if that'll go along with it, but that's what he does. He helps Harry through everything. But he, kind of is a secret eye in the, in Voldemort's army. He can disguise himself as a Death Eater because, he has a mark, he can have that face guard and everything. He doesn't even have to speak, he can just show up and be there and, everything like that. So yeah, Zane Raxus was a person I learned in Harry Potter. Another character I created, his name was Greg Bernalini. Also known as Sterling Silver, and I added him into the spin-off comic book series Hit Girl. Why I did that is because, guys, I have a huge crush on Chloe Grace Moretz. I will not lie, I have a huge crush on her. And the guy, clearly, they try to signify in the second movie that there's some chemistry between Hit Girl and Kick-Ass. But the guy who plays Kick-Ass is in his 20s. Chloe's only 18 right now, and she was 15 when she made that movie. So I decided, I want to kind of, settle the scales, because she's a little girl in the comics, and he's a teenager in the comics. And, I'm just going to set the scales, give her somebody a little bit age-appropriate. So I created Greg Berlini, known as Sterling Silver. What he is, this kind of takes place, the storyline kind of takes place after the second Kick-Ass, where she leaves and she goes to LA to shop at Joke Lord. But she gets kind of surrounded. Then the lights turn off, and she's screaming around her when the lights turn back on. There's a guy standing in the middle of the room, wearing all silver with a big chain in his hand. Everybody around him is dead. But then they learn about each other. His name is Greg Bertolini. He says that Colonel Stars and Stripes, the guys that Jim Carrey played, was his father, and he became a hero after he did. After he was released from prison, became one. And they kind of developed romance between each other, him and Hit Girl. So I created him, but now this next character I actually did write something about. I wanted it to be the next season of Red vs. Blue, but I don't have any context with them. It's basically the story takes place before, during, and after Project Freelancer ever started. It started basically when people signed up to be in Project Freelancer, and York has a brother named Chris, I do believe, and Chris signs up to be a freelancer, but just is recommended. So they say, no, he's just recommended, let's not use him. He was going to, but if they did use him, his name was going to be H.T. Texas. But York gets accepted, but he doesn't. Everything goes around, and he finds York was killed. So he goes to find the director. When he finds the director, it's after season 10. The director's dead. I mean, it was before season 10. He finds the director. The director shows him a fake video of Carolina killing York. And him and Carolina, before her and York kind of romance, her and Chris had a romance. So he sets out to go. So he wants to kill Carolina. But the director tells him to go find a freelancer that is thought to be dead but probably still alive, which is Maine. Maine can survive. He's not dead. And he finds Maine. He gets a robot text. He finds the two insurrectionists. He finds the Prometheus insurrectionist and the Shotgun insurrectionist, and they team up with him. They go find him. He gets an AI, which is the brother of Alpha, named Zeta. And turns out Zeta is the bad guy. He calls himself Freelancer America. And after Freelancer America is defeated, Zeta uses the armor for himself to take down Chris and all the other people, but they help him out and all that. So Freelancer America was another one, but I don't think I'll ever be using him. Is there another one? I don't think there's another one. But those are characters that I basically use, and you can see that I basically created, and you can see why I won't be putting them into my series. That's a question. A few more. Yeah. When I started doing narrations on YouTube, I made a introduction video. In the introduction video, I said that some of my stories will have age limits. This guy asked me that his little brother was watching one of my videos. I told him the age limit, and I said that at the beginning, and you didn't do that, and you didn't announce the age limit. So I need to remind you. Okay, thank you for reminding me. The age limit for my stories, for all my stories, minus the Uniwars stories. These are stories for all my stories minus Uniwars is ages 13 and up. And for Uniwars is ages, I would say ages 6 and up. 6 and up for Uniwars, 13 and up for all the others. I don't know, actually White Knight you can actually ages 10 and up for White Knight, and for everything else 13 and up. Sorry guys, it's just the way it has to be, and I gotta make this, you know. So yeah, if I wrote Woodshed, you guys hate me because I would put that ages 16 and up because it has some stuff in there. But yeah, that's the age limits for basically them. Yeah, so for the White Knights, 10 and up, no. For White Knights, 10 and up. For the Bloodfests, Black Eyes, Scar, and the crossover, ages 13 and up. And for Uniwars, ages 6 and up. So yeah, there we go. One more question. It's a doozy, yeah, it's a long one. Okay, she's asking me, you claim to be a writer, but I don't believe that's your actual job. I think you have another real job in your life to keep you supportive. If you have more than one job, can you please tell me what it is? And if I say that, and if I'm wrong about your writing job, about not being a real job, then I apologize. I'm a big fan. I love your work. Keep up the work and keep on making videos. I'm just curious. The answer to your question is yes and no. My writing is a real job for me, and it does keep me on top. And I don't really make much money for it at first, but you know, it started to grow. But another answer to you say is yes, I do have another job. A job I work in the week is I actually have a few jobs, but my main job is I work at a carpet cleaning business. My family has had it for quite a while. I've been working there officially for about 6 months officially, and started working there part-time, you know, off and on, just for extra money for 11 years. Now another job that I have that I don't, it's not really a job, but it's entertaining, and I have used it a few times in plays and stuff, is I'm a voice actor. I do voices, I can change my voice, I can sound like characters off TV and stuff like that. My voice high, my voice low. I can do all that, and I can sound like different characters and stuff like that. I have something on Facebook called Quote Master, where I write down quotes from movies or TV shows that I like, and I just go over them in different voices, and they keep it up. That's one. Also, this one I haven't been really getting much luck with, but before I became a writer, before I started all this, I was a singer. I had a band called Evolution X. The band never really did any gigs much, but we kind of disbanded, and I turned into a person called Big BMC. But then somebody heard me sing, and they wanted me to sing at the wedding. I did. So I became a wedding singer. I sing. If people want me to sing at weddings, I do it. So, that's kind of a, you know, it's, you know, a job that slides in there if it can. So yeah, that's it. I'm trying to think if Liz asked me anything that she wanted me. I'm trying to think of something. I have a feeling somebody asked me to put this in my next Q&A. Oh, yes, okay. Um, somebody asked me, I'm not gonna say the name, somebody asked me that since, the main character has, the character I characterize as me, the character that is, you know, the main character that I characterize myself after, always has a love interest in the story. The first part of the question is, do you characterize the other characters as somebody that you know? And if it is the person you characterize your love interest the same person every single time? Thing is, I do characterize every single character. It will either be somebody I know, it will be an actor, or you know, somebody I know or an actor. And the answer to your question is no. It is not the same person every time. I've had, sometimes it's a girl that I had a very deep relationship in the past, has been, the characterization, the person I characterize as love interest after. Sometimes it's Chloe. And actually, in Uni Wars Destiny, at the point when I was, finalizing it, there was a girl that I had a crush on, that, me and her kind of flirted a lot. Her name was Destiny. So I put, her in there. But that's basically, yeah, no, not always the same person. Basically the only characters that are always in there is me and my friend in JJ. You guys remember JJ? It's either he's in all of them, and if he's not in it, my friend YouTube Man is in it. But yeah. Oh, my friend, Little Man, who was Blake, he asked me, I'm the bad guy in your whole series of Uni Wars, and and your first Black Eyes. Why am I the bad guy? Is basically what he asked. Like, why did you put me as a bad guy? Well, Blake, this answer is to you. The reason is because the reason why I'm in Uni Wars is basically because you created Skeletor Abysser, and they caused your mind with hate. It's nothing against you. Why in Black Eyes is because you've changed over the years for the better, and I just think if this ever could go out into a production, that you have the perfect kind of look and the perfect kind of attitude to be able to create a person who seems innocent and who seems like has good loyalty toward the main character, the main hero, but still have a dark side to him that is revealed at the end. You have a perfect perfect way of presenting yourself, the way you act, the way you talk, the way you are. It's just, you're perfect for that. And I think that's awesome. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm surprised I didn't base Brandon after you. Yeah. Was it just those? Or was he in others? I keep on feeling that my cousin asked me one. Oh, yes, my cousin asked me something about. He said I actually did say that after Uni Wars, I would be starting Black Eyes 3. That's on hold for now, because I'm actually now kind of thinking about not doing Black Eyes 3. But I'm also leaning toward I should. So, I'll let you guys know as soon as I make a decision about that. And, that's actually all the, questions. Oh, yes, and, the new stories that will be coming out, or that I have planned coming out, are Toxic Touch, Red Sunrise, Champions of the Chosen, Feral Kingdom, Hunters vs. Assassins, Brothers of the Elements, and that's it. I have the Bloodfest 4 characters already written down, the Toxic Touch characters already written down, and this is the Black Eyes 3 characters written down. So yeah, I'm actually writing, Bloodfest 4 Hell on Earth right now. I just have started it, and thank you guys for this Q&A. I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. I probably won't see you until next year, in 2016. And, we'll see if we can figure out a better way to do this than other than on my phone. Well, I am B, and this has been Master Ryan's Q&A number 3. Peace out.